go through some bumps, amen. So a lot of times, people on the outside get caught up in fantasy, right? Because in their mind, they think a relationship is working one way, amen, but they don't really know when they see the Michelle Obama and President Obama that it took some work for them to get to where they got to, amen. But I can understand, especially from that whole church place, because they tell you to name it and claim it, right? That's what they say, right? But when you get it, you realize that what you claim, it ain't what it was. Y'all might as well go and say amen or say out, say one of them. Amen. You understand what I'm saying? And so we get caught up in fantasy. We get caught up in this illusion of what we think relationship is. So we continue to do relationship instead of being relationship. You understand? And we don't understand that relationship comes with commitment. But as soon as a bump comes, you be like, I can't do that. The brother LaRue was talking about, you know, I do it this way and she do it that way. But see, when you all in love and butterflies is going on, so you ain't thinking about that. Amen. He paid bills on time and you pay bills late. Ooh, Shando. And so now, because y'all don't see money the same way, you understand what I'm saying? You don't got married and now it's a problem. But see, the church don't tell you about that. They just, oh, he go to church, or that's good. He go to Bible study, oh, that's wonderful. You understand? But you don't realize that you can't bring the church home with you. And so now real life is happening. You understand what I'm saying? And now y'all realizing it's 7 months down the line and y'all ain't having no sex. Because they right. Y'all having sex anyway. I mean, can we talk about it? Yeah. Oh, okay. You understand what I'm saying? Because they told you to pray, they told you to do all these things, but you didn't really understand that when you got married, some other stuff was going to come up. See, I'm trying to help the single folk. Because see, they didn't tell me about that. They just told me to get your lingerie, right? And do all that kind of stuff like that. Amen. You understand? And just pray and God gonna fix it. But when you don't see things eye to eye in marriage, when you don't see commitment the same way, when love is one way for you and love is another way for somebody else, it can cause problems. Yes. But I want it, but I don't know how to get it. You understand? And so my friends are in dysfunctional relationship. My mama was in dysfunctional relationship. My daddy was in a dysfunctional relationship. So I don't even know what it looks like. And so if Mr. Right or Miss Right was to come along, I'm gonna miss them anyway. Because they may not bring dysfunction with them. They may not bring drama with them. And so because that's not my norm, you know what? Well, he gotta be soft because what is he doing? And so my perception and my understanding about what relationship is confused. Because I really don't know how to do relationship. Yes, I go to church and they tell me, well, God got a man for you, and God got this for you, and God got that for you. And I'm just telling you, just lay on the altar. God gonna send them. The prophet or the prophetess call you out the audience and say, listen, your husband is on the way. But see, what the prophet or the prophetess forgot to tell you is that marriage takes commitment. You understand what I'm saying? And you think because you got what's between your legs, oh, should I go there? Yes, go there. You think that that's what relationship is, right? You think that right there is going to work in the middle is what's going to really keep him? You understand what I'm saying? But keep living. And I can guarantee you, living finances don't be right. I can tell you, okay. Tell you something. He ain't gonna want to see no parts of that. The bills ain't paid. Listen, I'm telling my story without telling my story. Amen. But the church won't keep it real with you like that. And because you think as a woman, you understand what I'm saying, that I'm gonna put it on him and that's gonna fix everything. That don't fix everything, baby. No. Because let me tell you something about a man. He'll take it and keep on moving. And he's your husband. And won't turn over to say nothing to you after he done did whatever he did. So your vagina, can I say vagina? Your vagina don't fix stuff as a woman. So let me put you up on that. You understand what I'm saying? Because it takes more than your vagina to be in relationship and to be in marriage. Because after the vagina wears off for him, what else do you have to offer him? You don't cook, you don't clean, you don't do this, you don't do that. And just because all the last 5 didn't require that, you understand what I'm saying? Mr. So-and-so rose up on you, and see, that's what he into. But because you won't have none of these sex skills in place, you can't do that. The only sex skill you have in place is your vagina. Listen, he want to know, do you know how to think? He want to know if you're going to be able to take care of his kids. He want to know if you're going to be, listen, is the house going to be in order? You need some more sex skills besides your vagina and your mouth. Amen. I gave the medical term for it. Amen. But see, they're not going to tell you this in church on Sunday. Because listen, I do talk sessions and I do charge for those, so those don't come free. Amen. That's how I make my money. You understand? But I'm talking to wives, right? And when the church told them that, well, Miss Alexis, it ain't working. I know it ain't working. Well, you've been married 6 months, and I can tell you that it ain't working. I could have told that when you said I do that it wasn't going to work. Because the church also, not every church, but some churches and some teachings sells fantasy to women. Yeah. And so now you have a misunderstanding about what it really takes to be in relationship. Yeah. You have a lack of understanding what it takes to be in commitment. And that marriage, if you really want it, it can't be I'm doing this today and I want to do it tomorrow, because that's not your boyfriend. That's your husband. I don't know why I'm on this husband thing. You understand? I have no idea. But the thing is, you want a husband, right? You want one, but you ain't even ready to be a wife. And you want to be a wife because of what you see. And see, the reality of it is you might be out your league. There you go. Bring it home. I'm getting ready to say this, but I'm getting ready to go now. And see, you got another wife's husband, right? And you pretending like he's yours, but that ain't your husband. That's her husband. And if you that bad, like you think you are, get your own husband. Go put that thing down on your own husband. I don't even know what this thing. It is what it is. It is true. Say, I'm guilty. Get your own husband. And I'm not trying to sit up here and down nobody, you know what I'm saying? Because we all have done things that we have no business doing. Trust and believe. We all done some things. But I want women to really understand that you gotta have a better understanding about relationship. And sometimes you're not gonna find that in the Bible. Amen. You ain't gonna find it at the singles conference that you've been going to for the last 5 years. It's a such thing called the library. The library card, they have a section on relationships. You may want to check that section out. Because the reality of it is, sometimes what we need is not in the Bible. To help us to understand about who we are, about relationship, about marriage. So I just wanted to encourage you all on today. You know what? You may not know how to do certain things, but today you can start doing things better and learning how to do relationships.
That's the energy of the day.
Yeah, do that. Do that right there.
Anybody have any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Now, all that you said, what about the ones or the married women but yet her husband still?
And yet the husband don't. The reality of it is that you have to communicate, and you have to talk about it. And whether that be now, this doesn't mean this is from a professional place. I don't think every pastor should counsel people who are married.
Come on now, man.
And they've been doing this for like 25 years, that your pastor may not be able to cover.
Come on, some of them is old.
And so, a lot of times we tell people, communicate, right? That's the number, you need to know how to communicate, right? But the thing is that we really don't know how to communicate. Because the way that we're socialized, meaning the way we grew up, our environments, actually teaches us how to communicate. So while you may be saying one thing, he's hearing another thing. So while you may really be saying, you know what, I don't feel secure, I don't feel this way, I don't feel that way, he could be hearing, you know what, I'm not enough for her. You know what, I'm trying, but no matter what I do, she's not seeing.
Come on, girl.
And you know what, and a lot of times as women, and I'm guilty of this, you understand? We can point out what you're not doing right.
Yeah.
But you really don't point out what you are doing right. You understand? And so sometimes it's not about, because as women, come on now, let's be real. We need to get whatever off our chest. Let me tell you, and you ain't, and you know, we going on and on. But sometimes it is really about just, listen, maybe I need to write a letter. Maybe I need to express myself in a whole nother way. And the thing is, you can't make a grown person see relationship the way you see relationship. See? And the thing about marriage, and this is what I teach people, we want it, right? But as wonderful and awesome as marriage is, marriage also shows you what you're not. And so wherein I may have thought I had it together, right? And I may have thought I was really that chick. Marriage is really showing me that, mama, you need to grow up a little bit more.
That's right.
And so, but the awesome thing about it, if two people are willing to be committed to it, guess what? Marriage will make you who you need to be. And that's the beauty of it. But see, the thing is, we don't recognize the bumps and the humps in marriage and all that kind of stuff like that, because guess what? If you transitioning from your late 30s into your early 40s, you're going into a whole other aspect of as a woman. And so you don't realize that might affect you in your marriage or in your relationship. And so there's so many other dynamics of things that can really just be going on, but the reality of it is you got to have two people that's willing to be committed. You know what, you just can't have one person trying to do it. And sometimes the approach and just how we come off at each other, listen, we just spread dysfunction and just keep going round and round and round and round. And so therefore, I can't give you a roadmap. Sometimes you got to create your own roadmap. Because what may work for my husband ain't going to work for your husband.
Shando.